Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Hi, everybody. Hi, Randolph. Sounds springtimey where you are. Welcome, welcome. It's cloudy. It's going to be sunny today. We had some 70-degree weather recently. Now it's kind of cool. It's been windy, but it's cozy. And I have my new sweatshirt dress on, and I love it. So I'm cozy. As you can see, the sun is starting to come out a little bit more. Tell us where you're from. Say hi if you feel to. Might have some new people today. Let me give you a little spiel. I just made my tea. Make sure that you are nice and comfortable today. We're going to do some moving around. So comfy clothes and room to move. Unusual. We usually are sitting still, but there's going to be some movement. We'll do both. So whatever you need to do to get comfy. We usually go for about 35 to 50 minutes or so for the meditation or healing, so everybody knows. And then we have a Zoom chat after. All the information is in the description box. And on that Zoom chat, we, just hang out, get to know each other. It's kind of a sweet little community. We had a great conversation last time. A lot of just sharing everybody's wisdom. And that is not recorded or anything. It's private. So feel free to come to that. I'll answer questions. We share what happened with the healing. It's really fun. And then for those who don't know, sorry, Anoop. Hi, Anoop. Good to see you back again. I'm so glad. Also, I have another live stream I'm doing every week now on Substack. That's a Ask Me Anything Q&A. And that goes for an hour as well. And so you just have to, join Substack and you'll see it. It's on my main page. If you sign up for my newsletter, if you subscribe, you'll get an alert when I go live. So that's every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific. And then we're here every Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific. Hi, Jill. Oh, good to see you. But really Chicago. Yes. Oh, good to see you, Jill. How's it in Florida? Are you getting sun? Are you getting all the sun you need to get you filled up before you go back to Chicago? I lived in Chicago for 24 years. Fondness for her. Sion, good. So that's the spiel. So come to the live stream on Tuesday. It was really fun. We had 47 people there last time. Great questions. You can leave questions for that Q&A on Substack, like on the previous week's recording. All of them will be recorded. This will be recorded. Although I think with today's, I'm going to record a completely separate video of it because it's really instructional video stuff. So it'll stay on YouTube, but I want it to be really clear and clean. And the recordings usually go on Insight Timer without the video. So I don't know that today's will work for that, but look for other videos. So follow me on all the socials, especially Substack. It feels so good in your skin. Totally. So yeah, that's the plan. So give me your questions. If come to the Zoom and hang out and ask me questions there, but we have a sort of a more formal discussion on Substack every Tuesday. I think that's all you need to know. What I want to do today is a movement exercise, really. I've been having these spontaneous movements just come where it's like we're basically just an energy body. This form is an energy body. It's this expanded energy body, and that energy body is connected with all energy bodies. It is the energy body. So it works sort of like an electrical field, an electromagnetic field. And we have these channels, right? We have chakras and we have meridians, and we have all of these ways that energy moves through the body. And awakening and healing are opening the body, opening all those channels so that the flow from your, what some call causal body or oneness or pure source, flows easily through this physical and energetic body, this unique body. And we are born with it completely flowing. So we talked about this last time, the baby will do any kind of movement it wants to do, whatever's natural, right? Phylogenetic movements, these natural functional movements. It'll crawl when it feels like crawling. It will spit out food that it doesn't like. It'll go towards somebody and hug them when it wants to. It's all very natural. And it's this steady flow. But with social conditioning comes the feedback and the energetic feedback that this movement or these words or this move for a hug or to spit out food is unwanted, is wrong, is bad. And that comes then with a belief that I'm doing something wrong. I'm bad in some way. And then that belief is stored in the energetic catch that happened, right? So the kid goes to reach for a hug and they're pushed away. They're bullied on the playground, whatever it is. And the heart chakra gets hit. It's like, oh, and there's only the way to understand that is from the perception of the kid, right? Of this seemingly separate being who doesn't know that it's really their parent that's got the problem, that is full of belief systems, or the kid at school who's been hurt. So we can only interpret it as it must be me, it must be a problem with me. And we shut down our heart a little bit. So these movements that have been coming in are just natural movements. It's like the natural movement of the body where the channel of energy can just flow through easily, right? I think as children, we are so, especially in American Western culture, right? We are just so bunged up. There is an incredible amount of trapped energy in our body. And in doing therapy forever and coaching, there's so much that can be done in unwinding the thoughts and unwinding the mind, but the energetic trap is still there and the body needs to unwind. And I'm also of the opinion these days that we don't need to go into too much analysis about why it's like that. We can just let the energetics flow. We can just let those channels open. So these movements that I've been discovering are, good morning, Wendy, are these spontaneous just ways of releasing. And I don't know when, my heart chakra got, bunged up inside and why I need to do this sort of like rowing movement over and over again. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I just know it feels good. There's an openness there and my heart feels more open to everything as a result. So these are the current collection. I think I'm going to do most of them, like 6 or so movements that I'm finding are just really helpful. So what I'm going to do is have everybody come into pure awareness, into source consciousness itself, which is what's here all the time. We'll close our eyes a little bit. We'll come into the body a little bit so that you're really fused, right? The energy body and your consciousness are together. And then I'll walk you through these movements, move you through these movements. You'll need to find out for yourself whether they feel right. So usually this meditation is really improvisational. I don't have it planned like this. I need it to still be improvisational for you, meaning I'll show you these movements. We're going to do it. It's going to be weird. Be willing to be weird. I'm willing to. I'm doing it on video. But you're going to have to adjust for yourself. So I want you to be in the body, hear what and see what I'm showing you, feel if it feels right, and kind of make it your own, right? Which you do for these meditations anyway. And that is the real healing. You are your own healer. I'm not a healer. I'm just holding up a mirror to what's worked for me. And then you're adjusting, right? You're like, oh, I get, it feels really good in my right shoulder. She's still in the right shoulder, but I need to go down into my pelvis or whatever it is. So Always trust your own inner experience. And the more you come into the body, the more you honor these pointers, you're gonna probably come up with movements on your own. So I feel like share them. When we go into Zoom, maybe you've had this already. I think this is kind of going to be the theme for the next few meetings, since we're doing it every week now. What are you finding when you come in the body, when you let it just rip? What does your body want to do? What are these surprising movements? Okay. So hopefully that makes sense. Energy wanting to release this morning. Okay, good. Exactly. It's a release of energy. It's that, scared little heart of yours at 5 years old that got dinged and that doesn't want to express itself, doesn't want to open energetically. So when we go visit it and flood it with attention, it feels safe, right? The body feels safe when it's attended to, and nobody else can do that for you. It's the same consciousness here as over there. And when you, as pure consciousness, attend to your body, the body is finally like a child, feels safe, like, oh God, somebody's finally here. And I can relax and be soft, or I can move and express both. I had a beautiful client session this week, where my friend was realizing just how much he hasn't let himself rest. And I was like, listen, I prescribe you to stay in bed for a month. Work from bed, do everything from bed, order really fancy pillows, plushies, and a new comforter and slippers, and at least a month, probably more like a year. And he was just started crying. It was like, that's all I want to do. Yes, that's what we need. So for him, it isn't a lot of movement. Definitely some releasing, but it actually was all in bed. And I was telling him about, there was this year period where I was living in Chicago in an apartment after I had separated from my husband. And I was like, I feel like I moved to California from my bed. I organized everything, the U-Haul, everything from my bed. I would do client calls in my bed because that's what my body needed. She just needed to lay down for fucking months. So all of this is to say, as that pure awareness comes into this body, honor whatever's true. And there's a ton of creative expression. There's a ton of release, and there's a ton of rest that we all need, I think. So there's an energetic headache between my eyes and in my neck. It's energy seeking to let go. Exactly. All pain is just condensed energy. And we have such an aversion to pain. I've said this before, but I have a blog called The Strangest Pleasure. And it's just a description of what it is to go meet pain. We have an idea that it's going to be awful. I won't be able to handle it. I'm going to be flooded, overwhelmed, all these things. And the truth is, it's such a relief to finally meet it. Our whole life can be about avoiding pain. That's what suffering is. So to just be willing to go in, and you already are, consciousness, pure awareness wants to connect with this body fully. Again, you started that way, right? As a baby, before you had stories about how you felt, if you were in pain, you just start crying. You would just express it, right? But then the response was so distorted that you started to distort your own expression. So this is all built in. This is nothing that you have to learn. And I really want to stress that there's no effort needed here. There's no hard work. If you feel yourself efforting, stop. Go to the path of least resistance. Let it feel really easy. That's the natural law. That's the way in which we're meant to move. Where work and play are not different. And as we talked about on the last Zoom meeting, that's also artistic expression. It's all the same. It is the natural way, moving through this body. And so we're just opening it up so that can happen, that life can run your show, because there's really not a separate self in there running it. It looks like it. We say that there is. Our language reflects that, but it's not actually true. There's no manager. So we need to stop managing ourselves and let ourselves be wild, rewild ourselves, so to speak. So these movements are a rewilding of sorts. They certainly look it. Okay, so let's get started. Hi, Miguel. Hey, the Zoom meeting isn't working. Yes, we're not on Zoom yet. It's going to be after the healing. So we'll meet on Zoom after. I just don't want to record on Zoom anybody's stuff here. I want to have it be private. So So we'll go be private on Zoom after the fact. So I'll let everybody know when we're ready to hop over there. But it works. Okay. But thanks for asking. Sorry if that wasn't clear. Okay. All right. So let's close our eyes. Then we're going to open them pretty soon. We're not going to stay here too long, but let's close our eyes. Okay. And it's just to shut out all the noise and tune in. You don't need to shut your eyes, but I'm going to. Oh, Wendy. I gotta hit record. We'll see if this works. This recording. Okay, so we're shutting our eyes. What a shout out to root chakra and legs would love. Okay, hi Vasvi. Sorry. Good. Yeah, we're gonna do some root chakra. We're gonna all the movements actually hit all the chakras. So we'll get to those, but we're gonna just tune in right now, right? We're gonna merge pure awareness, pure consciousness with the body. They're already merged. We just need to feel it and really notice it. So at no point has your body ever been separated from source. You are made of source. You are source. We just have this storyline, which is sort of like the fourth dimension. It's this dimension of time or a line of story that stops the flow. And it stops the energetic flow. So we're coming out of time, we're coming out of any story of the moment. We're just coming into the moment as the moment. There's just one moment, one being here, one consciousness, one body. Literally just one. So let's feel that together. So here's this pure consciousness. What's hearing my voice behind everything? So before your name, before your thoughts, there's just what's looking and what's feeling. So be aware of that. So that's awareness aware of itself, awake awareness. Awareness aware of itself. If anybody has their eyes open, they're going to see me already moving. Right? Letting my shoulders just move back and forth. You can spontaneously let the body move. The body will always choose right for itself. We insert the mind when the mind is meant to be a servant of the natural flow through the body. It's only meant to sort of remember possibilities so that the body can move itself. So I'm moving my hips, I'm moving my shoulders. Just setting this up today, I didn't move in the ways that I wanted to move. So I'm just letting my body do that. So letting that vast awareness that's hearing my voice, letting it float through the body, letting it just merge ever so gently but persistently all the way through the body, which is to say, feel your body. Feel your feet. Feel how your feet are made of energy. They're alive, they're tingling, blood is moving. Feel how the feet don't begin and end in your direct experience. Like they're just a sort of field of energy. Without your mind, feel your feet. And feel how the air in the room, the ground under your feet, the internal space of the feet, one and the same. That sensation is expansive. There's the most condensed sensation, kind of closest in, but it expands. It's open. You're an open field. The other really good news about the body, because mind might come in and feel a little afraid of opening up, is that the body, life itself, natural law, will boundary itself. The body will say no. The body will move away from a dangerous person. It just does that. It's really when we insert the mind that we run into more trouble. So feel your ankles, feel the skin of your ankles, feel the bones of your ankles, and feel how your ankles naturally merge with the feet. And how, again, those ankles and feet just feel like they're floating. Feel the lower legs, the knees, the upper legs. Here's this vast awareness before thought. And if thought comes in, it's totally fine. It doesn't matter. Don't give it any attention. It literally doesn't matter. There's still all this vast awareness, what's looking, and it can just go right into those legs. Feel how light the body is. It's literally made of light and energy. So feel your legs made of light and space. That's how they feel in reality. If there's pain, a little more condensed energy, feel it. Go right inside of it. Don't believe any thought, any fear thoughts about that pain. Pain is an invitation. It's literally saying, please pay attention here. Please bring that loving awareness, because awareness is loving. You, plain old, vast, endless consciousness that's infused in everything, you can go all the way in to any part of your body. There's nowhere that you can't go. You're already there. You're just noticing you're already there. And as my friend Johnny says, pain is just the parts of us that don't know their God. So going all the way up into the hips now, the hip joints, the sit bones, the flesh of the hips, the pelvis, the pubic bone, the genitals, the inside, deep inside the pelvis, the back of the hips, the lower back, the tailbone. Just feel that tailbone wide open. Feel those hip joints open, made of light, made of space. And where there's density, go right in. Your mind can't do it. There's no effort needed here. Just awareness, aware of the sensations. And the sensations are in an open field. Your whole pelvis, your whole legs, your tailbone, it's all just an open field. It's an open energetic field. Let it be open. Let all those channels just open. Out the feet, out the tailbone, out the front of the pelvis, out the sides of the pelvis and your hips. It's just this vast interweaving web of space and light. That's our most essential nature. And the more we attend to ourselves like this internally, the more those channels of light open. And we're just an open channel. You don't have to manage this open channel. Just open it. Just let it open. Let it open out the back, those lower vertebrae down to the tailbone. Feel through them and let them just be wide open. There's so much space inside of you, made of space. Feel that lower belly into those lower intestines that comes down into the top of the pelvis. Let it be so soft and open and relaxed. Feel the weight of gravity in your lower half here. The rootedness of these lower chakras going down into the earth is very stable. Not only do you have just light energy, you have all of this earth energy, just this constant stream of earth energy coming up, light energy coming down, swirls and swirls of endless support moving through your body. And we're just letting that flow. Feeling out that mid-back and the spine of the mid-back. Feel like you're inside your own vertebrae, inside your own spinal cord. You, pure, vast awareness, what's hearing my voice, that has no name, it has no story, it is not your mind. Your mind's just floating through it. That pure awareness can go right into the spinal cord. Like it's just your most beloved friend. Just hugging and cuddling your spinal cord. In between the vertebrae, deep, deep, deep inside of it, going up to the mid-back. And then feel through the front, the belly, up above the belly button. Let your stomach be soft. We're just opening from the inside out. It's an opening process. And then feel how open. Feel up into your solar plexus. Feel that open, like a door opening on both sides, out the front and out the back. It's okay that your stomach and your solar plexus are tight, that there may be nausea there, pain there, a real like hiding out. It's no problem. But you are this vast awareness who loves you and who wants to be close, wants to merge, wants to hug. So go right into the middle of that solar plexus. It's just a habit from your past to close off parts of the body. It's a very understandable habit. It's no problem that that habit is there. You didn't put it there. You wouldn't have chosen that. But it's there, and we need to not believe the story. We need to go right past, because you're safe. You as pure awareness are safe to be with you. You won't hurt you. You want to be with you. You want to love you. You want to merge right with that solar plexus. There's no one you want to be closer to. You, this body, are the love of your life. Every single little corner is adored. Your story might be different, but we're not looking at the story right now. We're just feeling the body. And I'm telling you, this body, it's your total favorite. But you have to merge. You have to be with them. So going all the way to the center of that solar plexus, right? You can feel like a corkscrew going all the way to the middle, at the back as well. Those doors wide open. And then feeling up. And again, I'm starting to move. So let yourself move as you do this. It's totally fine. If you need to stand up. Somebody took a shower last time. It's totally fine. Whatever you feel like doing. Feel the bottom of your rib cage. Feel inside each rib. Feel the lungs. Feel the tissues that wrap around those ribs. Feel the sternum. That sternum might feel really tight. That breastplate might be really tight. It's totally fine. See if you can feel inside the breastplate itself. The bones are hollow. They're made of air. Go right in. They're meant to just go right in. The whole body is just open doors. Open doors. Go in. Don't believe any thought about the body. Don't believe any thought about it's going to be a problem. I can't go there. It's too much. Blah, 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 blah. None of it's real. Go right in. This is your house. You go into your house. You belong here. You live here. It's your house. Go inhabit every single corner. Feel up into your collarbones and into your shoulders and the pockets of your shoulders. Feel behind the breastplate into the heart. Wherever there's an ache, you can go right to the middle of it. Don't hesitate. Don't hesitate around those shoulder blades. There's no need for caution. There's no need for story. Go right into the vertebrae behind your heart. Let it open out the back. Let the back of your heart just blast open. And pockets of pain in the lungs, pockets of pain in the ribs. Feel through them. Be so attentive, not with your mind, with pure awareness. Just feel right in the middle of that pain pocket. Feel your whole chest opened out the front and the back. Feel the tops of your shoulders and the muscles there. Feel that light made of light and air. Feel from inside your shoulders into your upper arms. Feel the bones of the upper arms. Feel the elbows. Feel that your arms are made of light and air. They're just so light. The lower arms, the wrists, the hands, made of air. Awareness can just float right through them. You aren't separate. Awareness and this body are not separate. They're one and the same. There's never been a separation. You, as consciousness, are not outside your body. You're not inside your brain. You are this body. The body is you. And you are the one body. So you're inhabiting this body so deeply that we can feel through it and sense its connectedness. Feel up the tops of those shoulder blades, tops of the shoulders, inside the shoulders, and then up into the collarbone, base of the neck, and coming up into the neck through the spinal cord, traveling up the spinal cord, letting that spinal cord be nice and open, flexible and open, made of light, made of air. Awareness itself is what it's made of. We're basically just consciousness in light forms. And this is your favorite avatar, your favorite being. We're inhabiting them, which leads to higher functioning. The deeper you go in, going right into the base of the throat, right into the middle of the neck, in between each vertebrae. Feel that you are so inhabited in your neck. Your neck is 3 times bigger than you imagined it. Because it is. Your energy body is very big. Several feet beyond. And then it just gets finer and finer as it connects to the rest of the energy bodies and the one energy body that we are. And feel free to move your neck, stretch back and forth, whatever you feel. Feel it open doors out the front, open doors out the back. Maybe you feel swirls of energy going up, swirls of energy going down. Feel your neck like you've never felt it before, every single corner of it. And then feel how it connects to the bottom of your head. So, base of your chin and jaw, following up through the flesh under the jaw, the top of the neck, following up to the brain stem in the back. Go right to that connection from the brain and the spinal cord, the back of the neck, back of the head. That's a sweet spot right there. All this electromagnetic communication going through there that you don't do, right? You aren't running this thing at all. You're just inhabiting the house, right? You don't run the plumbing. You don't run the electrical just runs. You're not holding up the house, the frame of the house, your bones. You just let the house be. Let it run itself. We're just doing a light house cleaning here. Out the back of the head, feel that nice and open. Out the skull, all the way through the skin, even through the hair follicles. Feel your back of your head wide open. And coming into between your ears, deep inside the head, out the top of the skull, wide open. Forehead, temples, behind the eyes, inside the eye sockets, inside the eyeballs themselves. Awareness can go everywhere. Let it flood your eyes. You, awareness, feeling through the eyes completely. Letting them be so soft and relaxed. Inhabited, finally. You can let yourself fully see. Middle of your eyes, between your eyes, the eyelids, the brows, in between the brows, under the eyes. You hold a lot of strain here. What is it to totally relax them? And then all the way back, the cords of our eyes going all the way back to the brainstem there, the back of the head. Just let it all just be. What this is a letting the body be, feeling the body so much that we are relaxed from the inside out. We're not outside the body attempting to manage it. It doesn't need a manager. It needs a big, big hug from the inside. Letting those cheekbones soften. Feel that you're inside your own cheekbones and under the eyes. Inside the nose, inside the nostrils, tip of the nose. How about the teeth and the roof of the mouth? Feel how the roof of the mouth and the teeth themselves are light and airy and alive with energy. The lips are alive with energy. They don't need to be formed. They don't need to be managed. The jaw, let it be soft and open. Let it just hang. You don't have to mold your jaw, tighten your jaw. Let the teeth relax. Let the tongue relax. Let the hinge of the jaw relax. Leaving this body to just be a ragdoll, just soft and allowed to just be. No manager on site. Let life manage it. And then feeling your whole body now. Feel through your whole face, the top of your head. Feel inside your ears and the back of your head. Feel you're so inhabited in that head. And let it move and roll if you'd like. Feel the neck, back of the neck, back of the head, the shoulders, the back of the body. Feel really inhabited in your back, all the way down your spine, your arms and hands, your chest. It's all you. You're inside of you now. Looking from the inside out, not the outside in. Feeling from the inside out, not trying to get in. Feel your belly, feel your pelvis, feel down inside your legs. Let your pelvis soften, out the sides, out the back, out the front. Feel down through your feet, out your bottoms of your feet. And now savor and feel deeply sitting inside yourself. And wherever there's a little bit of pain or tension, flood it with this warm awareness. Show the body they're safe and they can soften and relax. And you are fully here. You're fully showing up for you inside of yourself. You're fully showing up for you to listen to what the body would like. And whatever they want, you're down for it. And just let yourself feel through those areas that need a little more attention. You can feel it. This one's a little blocked. It's a little dark or dense. It's tight here. It's painful here. Good. That's the sign to go right in. You wouldn't leave a loved one out in the cold if they were hurt. So don't leave yourself. Attend to every little corner that hurts. Be so fully here that time dissolves. And feel how from inside the body you can feel through the body into the room, into the walls, into the ground, into the air. Feel how completely connected you are. There's never been a shut off there. There's never been a wall. And this isn't even a process. This is just a realization of what's already the case. And an enjoyment of it being the case. Enjoy feeling connected inside your body, beyond your body. Enjoy the feeling of the safety of merger, of not being separate, not having to manage anything. This is fantastic news that you're discovering. And we can really enjoy witnessing and feeling life move through this being. Life doesn't sabotage itself through you. The body doesn't ever sabotage itself. And it's constantly sharing with us what it wants. So I'm going to have everybody, when you feel to, open your eyes, staying as connected inside the body. Don't let looking around and seeing form change anything. You don't have to put on a mask. You don't have to do anything. You're going to let this presence of awareness keep flowing through the body. And we're going to keep listening to the body. I'm going to have us do some of these movements. It went a little longer than I thought, so I just have to do a few today. Now, I'm going to show these movements to you. If they don't feel good, don't do them. This will be on record. You can always come back. What I found they are all these movements that we wanted to do as children, is what it seems to me. A lot of them are sort of movements of no, of shaking, of when energy comes in that we don't like, shaking it off. And that movement got trapped in the body. It wasn't allowed to express itself. So I'm going to stand up to show these to you. And I want you to just feel if it feels good. Start out slow. I'm not necessarily saying for you to be cautious, but just stay really just listening to whether you want to do it. Probably experimenting. Just see if it just feels good, because now you're in this really relaxed state. And I want you to keep feeling like that. Feel like a rag doll. Feel just so alive and like alert and inhabited, but so relaxed as your body's really safe to move, right? in yoga or any other movement practice, it's generally a relaxed state, and then there's this one area that's moving. So this is all just natural, spontaneous movement. That the most important thing is that it feels good. Does it feel like a release to you? Okay. So we'll do like 3 or 4 of them. And then next week we'll do some more. Here's the first one. We have energy moving up our spine in a spiral, right? It's like a corkscrew. We also have lines of energy moving through it. And then it's a corkscrew out our chakras, out the front and back, and lines of energy going everywhere, every which way, meridians and chakras everywhere. What I found with this corkscrew energy, with the Kundalini, the snake energy, is that I've been wanting to like shake my head back and forth like this for, sometimes violently, for a while. Like it's like been, I don't know, months, that at least once a week, a couple times a week, I'm just sort of sitting there going like this. So I want you to just try letting your, it's more like letting your head just move on a swivel. And let it be really relaxed. But what this is our head shaking no. And I could feel how this is such, like, this movement, I never got to say no. It was never okay to say no in my household, right? It was go along to get along. So I want you to just feel how this feels and see if you can feel this energy releasing out the top of your head and possibly out your tailbone as well. Just letting your head roll back and forth. Now, I can feel that I want to do it even more extreme. I want you to be really cautious here, but I want to shake it really kind of forcefully. Not forcefully, but just actively. Okay, and then that was enough. And it wants to kind of slow down again. I can feel this also releases my jaw, the tops of my shoulders, the brainstem out the back. My eyes release a little bit more. There's a whole lot going on with this movement. Now the body will naturally breathe, but I just remind you to breathe. But you're just letting the body do its thing. That's all this is. That's all it is. And you have to listen and see if that's something you want to do. Okay, this is the part I'm going to stand up for. I'm going to let that settle a little bit. I don't feel dizzy. I'm going to stand up and show you how it's worked with not just the head. So the head's going back and forth like this. I've also had it where the whole body, the torso, is moving with it. And then adding to that, letting the arms go back and forth. So let me see, how does it go? It's very natural. And I almost feel like this is a little kid having a tantrum. So let the head go, and then the arms go. Sometimes the arms can just be floppy, and sometimes they felt like this. And then you can let the hips go. And it's this corkscrew movement. Okay. I want you to just try it, see how it feels. To me, that has released a ton of stuff. Maybe some of you can let me know how that's been going. Okay, here's movement number 2. This is back and forth with the head. Starting with the head, and then also adding the body like the last time. So just the head back and forth. And like a rag doll, letting it be really floppy. And then you can add the torso. And this can look like some Kundalini movements where you're arching your back and coming forward. arching your back and coming forward, hunching the shoulders. And that can move into kind of like a rowing motion, like you're on a rowing machine. This I've done as much as the corkscrew. And it feels to me like pulling my heart chakra energy back into myself. So here's these strings and movements of energy, right? And I'm taking my energy back into my own heart. I've given a lot of my energy away throughout my life. Just here, take everything. I'll just give. And so this movement of back and forth, and then the shoulders coming down, right? And then back, really arching my shoulders like that. This felt really good, starting with the head and then all the way back. And then you can get your hips really involved and just do basic rowing motions for the heart chakra. All right. The heart one feels so good for me. Yes, totally. It feels so good for me. I can't even tell you. And sometimes I can like literally feel I'm pulling cords of energy back. I'm pulling. It's like you took my energy. I am bringing it. Of course, we gave it, right? Even as children, we got involved, right? It was us. We betrayed ourselves. Now we didn't have a choice. We didn't know there was another opportunity. But I'm so used to just pouring it out, and it just felt like, oh, bringing it back, right? And you're pulling your energy back. So there might be visuals that come with that. There might be memories that come up, right? I have a client really just crying a ton with some of these movements. Beautiful. Let her rip. Let the release happen. Let the body do what they need to do to reconnect those wires, right? Reopen these spaces and reclaim that energy, right? Because the more we're inhabited, the less we're dissipated, right? We're localized here. We're everywhere, but there's an aliveness and what do I want to say? A magnetizing. When we are deeply inhabited, our energy comes back to us because we're just naturally going to do it. These movements, all of these movements are just energetic movements. They're just the natural reclaiming, the natural returning of the disinhabited energy through all this wounding that we've all had. So that's that one. And then this is the last one for today. I'll do this side to side, kind of like a bobblehead. This has felt really good to me. We are often more inhabited in the front of ourselves, less inhabited in the back, and less inhabited in the side of ourselves, right? Sort of like our peripheral vision and our side. And so I feel like this is just this really beautiful lateral movement where you go back and forth. And again, sometimes it can be kind of active, where it's just like back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And then we can add shoulders. We can add the hip stretching. And I've just really made it like ragdolly, right? Let the arms flop back and forth. And if we do the full body, right, it's like all the way back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I always sort of start with the head. For me, a lot is stored in my head. With all the areas of the body, the head and neck, especially the back of the head and the top of the head, a lot of release there, and maybe just especially recently. So when you do these movements, you can feel that it's connected to all these other areas. So let one movement move you into something else. Let them all just be these spontaneous returning and make them your own. Those are some of the ones I found for now. So I think that's enough for this week. See what you find. We're going to do more like lower body stuff next week, is my guess. I've got a few more and it feels like they're just going to keep coming to me and probably coming to you. So, make your own videos, share. You can share in the comments on this video what you discovered. because the live stream will stay up. Okay. Yeah. Giving is good. Not giving is bad. Yeah. Yeah. That's the story, right? That comes with this giving of your heart energy when actually your body wants to have it back, actually wants to keep that heart energy here, which doesn't mean you don't give, right? But if there isn't a balanced giving, if it's more giving than receiving, that ain't it. That there's a belief in there, and there's a habit in your culture of giving too much. That's not what the body wants. That's not natural law, right? Natural law, animals aren't overgiving. They're just doing what's true. And we are animals, and we need to honor what this animal true movements and true natural habits, which aren't even really habits. They're just natural rhythms. What are those natural rhythms? And the body has literal natural rhythms. So finally returning to the body and letting whatever she wants, whatever they want, happen. Okay. Good, good, good. Thank you, everybody. We're going to head over to Zoom for those who want to chat, ask questions, continue exploring movement. We'll see what happens. It's always spontaneous. But I'll be here next week. We'll do some more healing. And thank you to everybody involved. You always add to the field, and it amplifies the healing for everybody. So thank you. And that's it. Okay. I'll say goodbye. Thank you all for coming. And we'll head over to Zoom. Thanks, Vasvi. Okay. Bye, y'all. See you soon.